boy Young Usopp back at it again. Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with a couple friends.
Yeah, it's your boy Young Usopp.
Yo, what is up, guys?
It's
your boy
Young Usopp.
And I'm back again for another
Video.
Well, actually, it's the first one on this channel, but on the previous channel, you know we had some bangers, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so we are here with chapter 1057. After a week's break, we are finally back, you guys. And this one's actually really good. I really like this chapter. It doesn't have much action in it, but let's get to it. So on the first page, it looks like we're at like a kabuki play, or like someone's just telling a story of this decisive battle that went down on Onigashima. We get the person that's narrating the story saying, "A story under the darkened skies on Onigashima. The storm thrives as voice of the Ashura dragon thunders." And it has like a music note there, so we obviously know he's singing right there. I think it's a play for sure. The roar of the beast grows louder. Rain falls on the Habu port, showering the autumn leaves, selling them short, in order to have Kazuki Oden avenged. The loyal vassals take the stage, as in the Akaiza, The Akaiza 9. All right. So we have the crowd saying, yeah, like they're all loving this story. And the narrator says, "I am not great with words, but allow me to tell the story. The Akaizas, yes, the Akaizas. It all started at the evening of the Fire Festival." If you think about it, the people of Wano did not even know this was happening during the Fire Festival. So it is great that he is telling this story to them so they know what happened. They know what's going on with the Kazuki clan and how they actually won this battle, right? So on the second page, we see Yamato, Kinemon, and Momonosuke. Kinemon and Yamato are riding on Momo right now. And they're going after Luffy and the Straw Hats because they didn't even get a goodbye after traveling with them for so long. Minus Yamato, you know, they just met at Onigashima. But Kinemon and Momo have been with the Straw Hats since Punk Hazard. Like, they were literally kind of a part of the crew longer than anybody else has been. Longer than Vivi was a part of the crew. So obviously they feel some type of way. So we are in Udon, in a forest near Udon, by the Tokage port. And we get the news that Yamato is staying in Wano. Like, what? First off, last chapter, they made it seem like she was going with them. She literally said, "I'm going with the Straw Hats. I'm gonna leave." She was sitting on top of the castle in Wano. Like, why is she staying? I don't get it. But then we get an explanation that she's gonna stay because she wants to live like Kazuki Oden did. She wants to stay in Wano, travel around Wano, get to know the area, layout of the land, and then go out to sea just like Oden did. Even though Oden lived there his whole childhood, but she has as well if you think about it, right? So we get that. And Momo says, "I can't believe it. So you and Luffy already have this all sorted out?" As in, she talked to Luffy and he didn't. Like, he's furious right now, right? He said, "That's even more unforgivable. Why treat me like this? Why leave without saying a thing to us?" And we get a flashback of Momonosuke having memories with Luffy, and even of Kaido. We see Kaido holding him over his family's castle before they all passed away. Before the fire incident happened. And we get Luffy and Momo's first meeting. He's saying, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm Luffy." And we see Momonosuke biting Luffy's head. "This is all from Punk Hazard. Remember this." We get the memory of Luffy asking Momo if he's just a figurehead, which was honestly one of the moments that pushed Momonosuke to become the guy that he is today, right? And he says, "And you're just gonna stand there and cry?" And Momo's like, "No, I want to defeat Kaido. Come on now." Like, he is becoming the Shogun of Wano with that very process, and he's probably thankful for Luffy for making him become this person. Luffy brought out the leader in Momo, brought out the man in Momo that his father wanted him to be, that his father wrote about in his journal, talking about Momonosuke is going to be the greatest leader of Wano's time. And one of the final memories we get is of the Onigashima battle when he got taken by Kanjuro, and also when he said, "I am the man who will be the Shogun of Wano. I am Kazuki Momonosuke," in front of everybody. Even while Kaido was holding him, he said that. And then we get Luffy telling him to fly because Momo didn't think he could fly, right? Honestly, Momonosuke had one of the best character developments that I've seen in this story. I don't know about how you guys feel about it, but I like his character development altogether. After the flashbacks of his memory and everything, he says, "There's nothing to add when it comes to our relationship. I've been through this long journey together. Does he not have a heart? What a cruel man. I was wrong about you, Luffy. Discourtesy and freedom are not the same thing. Isn't that right, Kinemon?" And then Kinemon answers, "It is exactly as you said, my lord. But why aren't we flying, my lords?" And he says, "Silence." He says, "Lord Momonosuke is now the one and only Shogun of Wano. We'll see what Sir Luffy has to offer as explanation and act befittingly." You can obviously see they're both agitated, they're both aggravated, like they wanted to have that goodbye with the Straw Hats. And then Yamato says, "I don't think you two should be that mad." And then I believe this is Momonosuke talk. He said, "He embarrassed me. Unforgivable. I'll punch him and then I'll bite him." Now we're at Udon Tokage Port where Law, Kid, and Luffy are about to go setting off for sail. And then we get Law saying, "Next time we meet, it'll be as enemies. Don't give me any complaints, even if we go for your lives." And Kid and Luffy are like, "Of course." And then Kid's like, "We are leaving. Shut up." And then we get a big hey from Yamato, Momonosuke, and Kinemon. And they're upset, except Yamato. So Luffy gets, first off, strangled by, looks like he's getting strangled by Momonosuke right now. Kinemon's got his legs and Yamato got him at the neck. This man's getting a triple threat attack. Kinemon's saying, "Luffy, just what were you thinking? We have been with you for the longest and you left without saying? The Shogun is furious. We'd like to hear your excuse." And Luffy's like, "Wait, aren't we talking right now?" And Momonosuke, you just see like the lines behind his head, like he's mad. The eyes had the lines. Luffy got a sweat going down his head, like he's scared too. He's like, "Luffy, this is the order from the Shogun." And then Momo's just crying, like he's bawling his eyes out. Remember, he's still 8 years old. He's a grown man with an 8-year-old mind, right? He's like, "Please don't leave. I'll be lonely. Let's stay together forever. Don't leave me." He says, "Thanks to you, we survived. Thanks to you, we were able to smile again. Thank you for helping me avenge my parents." As in Toki and Kazuki Oden, right? He says, "I'm scared of what's going to come in the future. So please don't go." And we see Zoro smile. He's like, how embarrassing. Because, that's his student right there. He's teaching swordsmanship, all this and that, right? And we see Luffy call for Usopp-kun. He says, "Is it ready?" And Usopp's like, "Yep, it's done." And Momo's still crying. But you know what he gets? He gets the Straw Hat flag. I think this is Luffy's first territory, right? Wano Kuni, Luffy's first territory. How amazing is that? This is like a very monumental moment. And honestly, I just have a smile on my face reading it. I've probably read this chapter about twice so far, and I still have a smile on my face because it does not have the action, but it does have the story. It has the information that we love to see. Like, this is why Oda is the GOAT. Even a small chapter like this is so powerful and so big, in my opinion. Pause. So Luffy says, "We were waiting here because I wanted to give this to you. We know exactly who you are, even if you suddenly turned all big and mighty. So much for Shogun Momo," he says. He says, "You're an idiot and a coward too, but I think of you as a little brother." Yeah, a little brother. That's crazy, right? He says, "This is your flag. When you're in a tough situation, remember your adventures at sea. Hang this somewhere in Wano. If in the future some dangerous guy arrives, just show them this. Tell them that laying hands on one of us means they want to pick a fight with all of us." He says, "I am one of you?" Yo, like this is honestly crazy. I'm literally cheesing right now. He says, "I am one of you," as in he's also a Straw Hat too, right? He's also not someone part of the Grand Fleet. But he is part of the Straw Hats. Remember, the people of the Grand Fleet didn't get the Straw Hat flag, right? Somebody tell me in the comments if I'm missing this, but I don't think they got the Straw Hat flag or they're flying the Straw Hat flag. It's not like the samurai are going out to sea, at least for now. Probably until that final battle. So it is crazy that he's getting the territory. Fishman Island didn't even get this. So that just goes to prove that Luffy actually has to have that brotherly connection, that bond with you, or even just a familial connection for you to get that flag to wave over you. And then he says, Kinemon, Yamato, Momo, I'll come and pick you up whenever you decide that you want to be a pirate. And then he says, I'll leave it to you now, Yamato, as in Yamato's going to probably be the one fighting off enemies, protecting this country, just as Odin did, right? Yeah. So he tells Momo to do a very good job and that he could do it. And Momo's like, Kinemon, one day I'll surpass Kazuki Odin, with tears in his eyes, snot going down his nose. And Kinemon says, I shall stay by your side and witness it happen. And then Yamato's like, huh? Surpass me? He's like, no. Because the gag, as you know, is that she's Kazuki Odin. All right, so now they are setting off. The 3 members of the worst generation that fought off Kaido and Big Mom along the samurai are out of Wano. They're setting sail again. So let's see. So Nami's like, to Hakumai then, there's a port there that can take our ship down. And Brook's like, that's good to hear. We don't gotta go down the waterfall anymore. Let's go down a nice safe way. And then Kid, you know how Kid is. He's like, oh, so you guys gonna use a proper port because it's safer, right? Ha 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 ha. It fits you losers perfectly. And Law and Luffy are like, safer. And then they're both telling their pirate crews to keep going the same way as Kid. And they're like, wait, nothing's wrong with being safe. Don't fall for it. And Law's crew's like, what's with the face, Captain? It's okay to use a proper port. And then Luffy's like, Jinbei, let me do it. And he's like, Luffy, no. And they're just screaming. Kid's crew's probably just like, we're used to this already. We don't even need to scream. Let's just go. If we fall to our deaths, we fall to our deaths. And they're like, here it goes. No, we are going to die, somebody says. We don't know who said it exactly, but somebody said it. So now we get back to the narration of the story told by somebody in Wano. He's like, the strengths of these criminals brought in by Lord Momonosuke and Kinemon are certainly impressive. They wreaked havoc with power like a true wisdom king. Even Kaido the Dragon King and Yokai, Great Orion couldn't best them. Their last moment was one that split the skies. That's crazy, right? I wonder if anybody else in Wano saw that the sky was split by our boy Monkey Onika D, Luffy. All right, so the person that's narrating is saying, on the other hand, we have Orochi on fire. They thought he was dead, but his hatred kept him going. He made a leap for Princess Hiyori, but coming in with a clean slice is the number 2 vassal of Kazuki Odin, Denjiro. Off goes the burning last head. The end of the story of Kurozumi, Orochi. Lightning thundered above them, falling with it. The island of Onigashima and Kaido the Dragon King. The dark clouds that have been covering the skies of Wano for more than 20 years are slowly but surely clearing away. Damn, this is really a good story. I feel like I haven't heard about it before. Turning their backs to the festival, music from the capital, something's moved. Unbelievable. The burning Orochi stares at them and opens its mouth. The hatred of the Kurozumi clan shall curse the country till its very end. But Princess Hiyori remembers all the suffering this country has went through for the past 20 years. Not a single sign of fear in her eyes. As we saw, there was no sign of fear in her eyes. She was about that action. She was about that life, right? And Denjiro's like, be careful, Lady Hiyori. Waving away the hand of her worried samurai, our princess stands fearlessly before the burning Orochi. In her hands a fan bearing the Kazuki name. The symbol of the Kazuki clan. With 20 years of feelings for her father, her mother, and for her homeland in mind, she speaks. We have been waiting for this part, people say, in the crowd. And the person that's saying the story says, now everyone, let's say it together. Kurozumi's coals were born to burn. That's a callback to Big Odin, you feel me? Born to boil, but Kurozumi was born to burn. You dig? All right, and now we get Hiyori playing the crescent moon Reverse Crescent Moon Gathers, which is her father's favorite song. The crowd's going wild, and somebody says, a successful revenge that will be passed down as the bloody tale of reviving the clan as the strings keep strumming on. And they say, this is the story of how the once renowned samurais regained their glory. And we see everybody in the background from the Akaizen 9 and their proteges. And then they say, and the timing is just right. Let's take a small break. And Kinemon's like, Lord Momonosuke. And Yamato's like, Lord Shogun. Now, and Momo says, now where should this flag go? If chances allow, let's meet again. Fin, as in finish. We are finally done with the Wano arc, and man, can I say it was a great journey. These past couple of years are different, and this is probably one of my favorite arcs for sure. I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 just because it put a smile on my face. It had no journey, no adventure to it, but it had great storytelling, and it honestly made me smile all the way through. I don't know about you guys, but this chapter was definitely not one of my favorites, but it was definitely a great chapter in my opinion. If you guys like the video, leave a like, comment, let me know what you guys think of the chapter as well. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to within the story. Probably let's say, what do you guys think will happen in the next chapter, 1058? And thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you guys for all clicking on this, taking your time to watch it. I know this is my new channel. This is a new channel, but subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's get to 10 subs. That's the goal right now. Thank you for all watching, and y'all have a blessed day. Oh yeah, and it's your boy Young Usopp, and I'll be back at it again.
Said that I need that cool, cause I'm all tears on your feet, yeah, that's so good. You know, I